Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, it's going to be the main event of week 3. The sprint race of week 3 didn't have any action in it, but boy is this one such a contrast to it. There's action this entire race and a whole lot of passing. At the track, they rotate us through 2 different types of karts. One of them has a more circular steering wheel and is way easier to control. You could see that one in the sprint race I uploaded yesterday, and we also have these ones with more rectangle steering wheels, which are way harder to control. And on top of having harder ones to control, it was also raining just a tiny bit. This made the karts really difficult to control, especially in the beginning part of the race where I was readapting to how they drive. As you can see from just right there, I was really struggling in the opening laps with controlling these karts. Halfway through turn 1, I had to correct some oversteer in the kart and it sent me way off the track. I went way off into the grass and I lost the position for that. But now we have to focus up and try and catch him again. Right there, I tried to give him as much space as possible, and I gave him a little bit too much to where it unbalanced my kart and sent me flying to the outside. Now, after all that progress was made on catching back up to him, I had to redo all of it because I gave him too much space on the inside, more than he really needed. Coming onto the front stretch is always where I had the most speed, but that turn 1 is very difficult to pass in. And in this 20-lap race, I was just focused on staying in the battle. So I tried giving him a push and wanted to take the lead coming out of the corner. I tried making a switchback move on him, but I couldn't get to the inside of his kart because I didn't have the speed coming out of the corner. But again, going down the front stretch, I had all the speed in the world. I'm trying to stay patient and not wreck out of this race, but staying behind this driver and just simply waiting for a mess up isn't going to be the most productive thing. This driver knows the track and races it very well. Now, not only is it me and him the only two battling for the lead, there enters a third party. Not only am I having trouble trying to find a way to pass this driver, but he immediately regains the lead after I pass. With a little bit over halfway of this race completed, it was time to get more aggressive. You can see some lap traffic up ahead, and while I'm defending pretty alright, keeping the lead, I'm thinking about how this is going to affect the three-way battle. I thought I passed him pretty well, but the driver in second followed me right through the lap traffic. I gained nothing from it, and I was still very well in the fight. With only a handful of laps left, I'm currently leading, and all I'm looking for is that checkered flag, because I want this race to be over immediately. Coming out of that turn, I got crazy understeer and my kart would not turn, giving up second position. This race was super fun and super competitive. There was a battle for the lead going on every single lap, and it made for a pretty crazy race. Huge thank you to the other two drivers in this battle for having such a clean race. If I learned something from this race, I think I have to be more confident coming into turn 1. But in the end, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. But thank you guys for watching. Next week will be week 4 out of 5. So subscribe and stay tuned for that.